Hey guys, I'm using the Vivo X100 Pro for the last few days. This is the Hong Kong variant, not the Indian variant. There will be two differences you will be able to find with the Hong Kong and the Indian variant. With the Indian variant, you will be able to find the Vivo's own stock dialer, but with the Hong Kong variant, you can only find this, the Google dialer, and you cannot call record. There is a way to tweak to also get the Vivo dialer through CX Explorer or Zip Archiver. You can actually find all the information and then install the Vivo stock dialer, but the call recording doesn't work. It's just period. I have tried, it doesn't work. And the second difference is pretty much everything is the same in the box, but you will be able to see the charging brick, which is included in the box, which is very rare nowadays. The big players like Samsung, Apple, Google, they don't give the 120-watt charger. It's a European or Samsung, I'm sorry, the Hong Kong adapter. This is not the one that is used. The prongs are not round shape like India, so these are mostly used in Hong Kong and European countries. So yeah, other than that, the cable is same, and I really like it. Is a USB-C to C cable. Also, this is a PD charging. You can also use to charge laptops, unlike the Oppo chargers, which they use USB Type A. The case is really good. I put a ring here for wireless charging and also the MagSafe accessories, and also for the MagSafe mount in my car. I really like the matte finish here. I like the black color, but this is like the main part of this camera. Like this should be very prone to scratches. You have to be very careful with it, how you handle the phone. You want to make sure you don't have any sand, keys, anything in your pocket, just to make sure, because this is, I think, the slow shopper of everything. This phone, the phone comes in inbuilt screen protector, which is really good. I'm running dual SIM on AT&T, and as you can see, the variable refresh rate LTPO screen works fine as well, because when the screen is off, it is at 1 Hz. Unlike other phones, they advertise as LTPO, but they run at 24 Hz or 60 Hz when the screen is off. So I think, and for the camera, Vivo did a commendable job. Really nice job. So you get the 1x primary. The ultra wide is 0.6. You also get to see the focal length on each and every transition, and you can see 2 times, which is like the crop of the main sensor. A telephoto lens 4.3, capable of also doing a hybrid zoom of 10 times. For the video, the best thing that I found out is you can switch lens using 4K 60 FPS, switch all the lenses seamlessly, and the switching is really smooth like iPhones. This is the biggest improvement I've seen in Vivo. Although the video quality, the frame drop, frame shift is still there, unlike iPhones, which is like really minimal in iPhones. You'll be still able to see frame drops in Vivo phones, Vivo X100 Pro, X100 Pro to be precise, but the transition is very smooth now. But at 4K 60 or 4K 30, you won't be able to change the rear to the front camera lens like you can do it in Samsung. But you can do it if you can change it to 1080p. Once you're in 1080p, you can transition to the front and back seamlessly like Samsung phones. So I think Vivo did an awesome job. This is a big upgrade from X90 Pro Plus. The camera, I would say they're not very far, but I think the portrait mode and also the night portrait mode has improved tremendously. Edge detection has been sometimes a hit or miss, like because you can't beat physics, like it probably would need a few more updates to improve the camera, but it is really nice. As of now, edge detection is on par with Apple and also Oppo flagships. I haven't seen and tried the Find X7 Pro, but I still have the Find X6 Pro, which I'm using to record now. The edge detection at using the Find X6 Pro and also the Honor Magic 5 Pro, they're very good. Although Honor uses their main sensor crop to take portrait mode photos. But again here, on the iPhone 15 Pro Max or 15 Pro, especially like 15 Pro Max, the 5x focal length is, they take awesome photos, but only during daylight. At nighttime, you will be having noise and edge detection will be really bad, which is unlike the Vivo, because the 4.3 times focal length, it comes with a bigger sensor. So at night times, when you take a photo of a zoom shot of 4.3 or a portrait shot, you will be able to see much better details at night, unlike iPhones. There are certain like things that I would like to cover here. I'll stick to the regular mode, not the texture or the natural, just to show you against sunlit conditions how does it fare because of the Zeiss T-Star coating. Again, this is the vivid mode. I'll go with the natural mode as well. I'm not too much a fan of the texture mode because it will give you a lot of contrast and also crushed shadows. But again, as you can see, the coating does work wonders here. You don't get to see a lot of light reflections here that is occurring inside the lens. Again, you see it's controlled way better than iPhones and other phones. You just probably will be able to see very minor reflection. I think my lens is a little dirty. I'm gonna give it a wipe and take a photo again just to see we get better results or not. Alright, I'm back again here. Now I think reflections are much better controlled with ultra wide as well. All the lenses, they are really awesome, I think, in their own aspect. And it's a 10 times. Processing takes a bit, but I think against the sunlight, the dynamic range is superb. Close to Apple's dynamic range. I think against the sunlight, Apple's dynamic range is very good, even superior to Samsung and Google, especially the 15 Pro Max. But again, Apple tends to crush the shadows. As for the screen brightness, I think they are all bright. The manual brightness, if you can try using the iPhone and also the Vivo, you can see. Well, I'm using dark mode on Vivo, so it will suppress a little bit. But again, it's very bright. It's pretty bright with the manual mode. Again, I'm gonna show you here. It's very bright. Open Google. Gosh. So pretty much the same, not much difference. But again, the Vivo's peak brightness has been advertised to be 3000, which is not, you won't be able to see in day-to-day use unless you see any HD Dolby Vision video, probably, and then it will crank up the brightness, same like iPhones. But manual mode, probably around 1000 nits. Sunlit, like outside, outdoors, it can crank up to 1500 nits, but no more than that. But they're very comparable, so don't go with the advertisement like a lot of Chinese manufacturers keep on saying can push up to 3000 nits. The OnePlus 12 that is coming, it's going to crank up to 4500. The Realme GT5 Pro 4500, which is like advertised, but in real life it won't reach so easily. So again, the Dimensity 9300, it's a very good chip. I think it's very polished, optimized. Camera, I think Vivo is mostly depending not on the ISP of Dimensity, but mostly on its own V3 imaging chip. The display here, I think it's a very good display. I wish Vivo could have given us a flat display, not the curved. I'm not a very big fan of curved display. It's just there's no right or wrong. Everybody has different tastes. I find it's easier to find screen protectors, manage the device well if I have a flat display. I also have imported the iQOO 12, so hopefully it arrives, and I'm gonna do a review on that one as well. So most likely I will be daily driving one Android, one iPhone. I might have to choose between the X100 Pro and the iQOO. I like the iQOO's flat display, the smaller form factor, but again, this one kills everyone with the camera. We'll compare when they arrive. It's not easy for us in the North America to import devices from other countries, especially the global ones. Those are launched in India and other European countries. And the Chinese variants, they are restricted in terms of bans and also support. You won't be able to use Android Auto and Google services, although you can use, but OK Google without touching screen won't work. But again, with global variant, let's say with FunTouch or with my Magic OS Honor Magic 5 Pro, it works flawlessly. I'm going to show you here. It will show OK Google. As you can see, it will work, but it doesn't work with my Vivo X90 Pro Plus. This is the Chinese variant. It won't work. OK Google, there's no way it will work. So again, I think depending on where you live, if you live in Hong Kong, it doesn't, or probably it's okay, still okay, or Taiwan is still okay. But in the European countries, India or other countries, especially the Western countries, we need Google, a lot of Google services. So Android phones, it's difficult for them to use without Google. So again, global version 5G would have been nicer. But no 5G, it's not a deal breaker because 5G is still not very well implemented everywhere unless you live in a metropolitan. Review with all the stuff that comes in the settings and some tweaks and some other improvements that you can use or some tricks for your phone. But I also have to use it for a few more days just to see how the battery life is. And also, since I can also say about the standby battery drain, this phone, if you charge at night and let's say before sleeping, you're just taking off charger and you just leave it like that, it will drain 1 to 2% overnight, which is really good because I think Vivo, maybe the FunTouch OS, this is a global version, they try to eliminate and restrict all the background process at night when the screen is off. That way to save battery, which is to a certain extent, it's good. But I think the standby drain in Vivo's, it's even better than my iPhone 15 Pro Max. iPhone 15 Pro Max, they tend to lose 7 to 8% at night now, depending on how many accounts it's running on the background. Google account, push accounts, Outlook, or social media software running in the background, going to push all the messages. But again, I think Vivo's FunTouch OS is doing a much better job, albeit at the cost of not giving you the notifications at night. You might have to wait until morning when you turn on the screen, then you'll get all the notifications. But other than that, no, it's a very good phone. I am not going to buy S24 Ultra this year because I don't feel there is a huge upgrade. It's just a very tiny upgrade. Samsung never gives us a phone with a very good processing, like powerful, like it will throttle when you push it too hard, unlike Vivo's and iQOOs or maybe the Red Magic. It's a balanced phone. I have tried in Best Buy, but again, I think Samsung did not bring major improvements. Think about the charger. The only change they brought is the AI, which will be paid after 2025, and based on their fine prints on the website. And also, I feel the 5 times telephoto, although the sensor is a bigger sensor, but I think it's not a huge deal breaker, huge upgrade from 23 Ultra series. Again, I think this the Find X7 Ultra and Vivo X100 Pro. These Chinese manufacturers now, before, they have been bringing good hardware, fighting with Apple, Google, and Samsung. But now they are trying, and they're trying to focus on software. FunTouch OS 14 is so polished now. I can really say that this is one of the best. Of course, a little bit more limited. You don't get a lot of customizations. You still get a lot, not like MIUI. It's running the latest FunTouch OS, and also I can show you this running the Dimensity FunTouch OS 14. It came with 14. Vivo promises 4 years of software updates, so probably we'll get until Android 18. So again, I think they improved a lot. Kudos to Vivo, kudos to FunTouch. Although the Chinese mainline variant originals get a lot more features, but again, at least we are getting something. Especially, I want to cover something in the about persons, like people who, if you are planning to buy in the US, yes, you can use with AT&T, but AT&T is known for sometimes restricting devices if they're not whitelisted in AT&T's network. So devices that are meant to be sold in US, or maybe AT&T carrier devices, they usually tend to allow, but I'm able to use it. When they will restrict it, you might have to call and let them know, put your IMEI in and allow your IMEI, whitelist your IMEI. I've been doing this long time. I keep on changing devices. I have the X100 Pro, I have the Honor Magic 5 Pro, I have the Vivo X90 Pro Plus. I've been using this for a long time. So on AT&T it works. You just have to make a little effort just to call them and let them know whitelist the IMEI. With T-Mobile, you don't have to worry, it will work flawlessly. With AT&T, the VoLTE works, global version, you can see, and also the voice over LTE works, but no 5G. You can get carrier aggregation 4G plus, but no 5G. No Chinese phones support 5G in the US. They might show 5G, but it's not a true 5G. You will only get LTE 4G. Alright, that will be all for today. I'll bring a detailed, in-depth review about the phone camera and also about all the settings, the new features Vivo has bought. Till that time, stay tuned. Peace out.